Welcome to the channel. This wasn't going to happen, but it seems my first video is a complaint video, and it's not really aimed at anybody in particular. It's just about how things tend to be packaged on eBay. Now, the thing that's triggered this is I just received a parcel, and knowing what's inside it, I know that it probably hasn't been packaged how I would have chosen for it to be packaged. And I just want to compare and contrast that with a package that arrived last week that was superbly packaged, possibly the best packaged item I've ever received through the post from eBay or anywhere else, to be honest. So I was going to reposition the camera. We'll show you what this is, why I think it's not acceptable, and then I'll show you what the other one's like. So in here is some software in a box. I've already started opening it. That's what made me think of making this video. It's come through Royal Mail in this particular case, and one good thing is it has come in a waterproof outer. If you live in the UK, that's pretty much essential. These days couriers don't look for a signature, don't request a signature when they are delivering stuff. They just leave things at your door. If you're not in, it'll just stay there until you come home, and that could well be raining, so please use an outer waterproof cover. If you're using a padded envelope and it's been sealed correctly at the end, that also should be waterproof inside because the bubble wrap is continuous. But yeah, for the UK where it's likely to rain, please use an outer covering that's waterproof. So that's quite good in this case. Next, we do have some bubble wrap, and in fact, this is turning out to be a bad example of what I was trying to tell you, because this has also been wrapped reasonably well. So inside the waterproof outer is actually in a waterproof inner bag. So well done. Thank you very much for that. That makes it doubly likely that it'll stay dry if it ever rains, which it does in the UK an awful lot. It's got a decent amount of bubble wrap, so well done for that too. This is turned out to be a really bad example. I might find another one. But let's get in here and have a little look. See where the edge is, there it is. So decent amount of bubble wrap. Look at that. Now, so this looks in pretty good condition actually. And again, this is a really bad example because this does have a rigid inner. My main complaint about software boxes being posted in the post is that they don't have rigid insides necessarily, and they do collapse. So this is turning out to be a really bad example of what I was talking about. But it's in pretty good condition, that sleeve, isn't it? So we'll review those games in a bit. But let me see if I can find something that explains what I'm talking about. So here we are. So here's a really good example of something I received in the post that had been just wrapped badly. So this one had been put just in a jiffy bag. Okay, so probably may have been waterproof, may have not have been, but that's not the problem. You can see what the problem is. This has no internal support. So as it's gone through the post, the box has just been collapsed and not ruined exactly, but it's kind of a much less appealing box now for having been through the post. I don't know how well it was looked after originally. That may have something to do with it. And for example, I know that quite often people do take out any cardboard inners that are in their boxes because they just get annoyed with them. But as you can see, this box, you know, it's been badly creased. Doesn't look nice on the shelf. I know that's not everything, as long as the software inside works, fair enough. But please, eBay sellers, if you're putting boxes like this, big box software in particular, through the post, please put it in a box inside another box. Don't just put it in a jiffy bag and hope it'll all be okay. Sometimes it will, sometimes it won't, but it's a real shame that this one got damaged on the way. As I said, it could have been like that before he sent it out, or she sent it out, I don't know, but what I do know is it did arrive badly packaged. So eBay sellers, please, if you're selling stuff and delivering stuff and it has value because of its age, not just because of how it works. You know, if you're sending a phone through the post and as long as it physically works at the other end, it doesn't matter, then that's a slightly different situation. But when you're buying something that's vintage, retro, whatever word you'd want to use for it, collectible, classic, then the appearance makes a big difference. So please, please post your items properly packaged. I'm sure I've been guilty of this as well in the past, but these days I try not to. So let's all work together to try and put things really work nicely in the post. That's the end of my rant. Hopefully it wasn't too serious, and it's a bit weird that that's my first video. But anyway, we'll be moving on to something much more interesting. Okay, just wanted to quickly film this because I've been talking about good and bad eBay packaging, and if this is what I think it is, I think this is an example of potentially bad eBay packaging. It's a recycled cardboard container from a well-known brand. I've got no problem with recycled materials. It's not particularly waterproof. It's currently winter here in the UK, so if that had been left outside, then that would have not protected what was inside, unless there's a further protection inside. But what I'm most worried about is the level of drop and bounce protection that's in here, because if this is what I think it is, it requires quite a lot. Okay, so thin cardboard, 1.5mm cardboard, and they've made an attempt at making this sort of bump proof. But what this is an 850 megabyte hard drive from the mid 1990s. It's not going to have very good shock protection. Excuse me. It may be even that the hard drive head needed to be parked before it was sent out, and I'm not sure that would have been done. It was sold as working, and I'm sure it was when it when it went through Royal Mail Post. I'm very doubtful about whether this is going to be working, given what it came packaged in. I don't know if you agree with me. I think that really that should have had a couple of inches of packaging on every side to protect it from postage. I hope it still works, because these things are getting harder to find and they're getting quite expensive. This one wasn't particularly expensive, but that's not the point. So to that, I think that's potentially a bad example of postage. If you agree, put something down below. That we'll see if it works. It's to go in this this Dell 486 that I've been working on, but we'll come back to that. So as you heard there at the end, an absolutely horrendous clunk from that hard drive. Gets to about 80% of the way through the surface test, and then just clunks to the point where I made my whole desk jump. So that drive is probably toast. It might work if I just partition half of it. But if it had been properly packaged, there's a good chance it may have been in slightly better condition when it finally got plugged into one of my computers. Anyway, that's the end of the rant. As I leave a comment below if you think you agree or disagree with me. If you think there's anything we should be doing about it as a community, then let us know. But you know, most packages come well packaged. It's just occasionally it happens, and it's always a shame because some part of history gets destroyed in that process. So that is a real shame.